Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Basi Movement Creator. Okay, I am Muslihin, Bachelor Coaching Education Sport, and then currently my job is coaching in elementary school, pencaksilat, and then market trainer for the new job for full time is a therapist. Maybe you need to treatment, sport massage, or reflexology, please call me, okay? Okay, in this section videos, I will talk about discussions, movement, strategy of better life, and then focus, how anti-trans efforts, misses, and distort sense, creating physical. Check it out. I can reading for it. How anti-trans efforts, misses, and distort sense from SCI-AM. Okay, SCI-AM is a scientific American update for the new informations. Okay, three types of misinformation are being used against transgender people. Number one, oversimplifying scientific knowledge, and then number two, fabricating and misinterpreting research, and number three, promoting false equivalences. Okay, both of you work within academia, which is regarded from the outside as lyrically progressive. From your inside perspective, has the academic community been helpful and supportive? Simons is sons say it is easy to assume broadly that academic tend to lean progressive, but it is much more nuanced in terms of what specific issue you are talking about. Often statistics have a false view of themselves as exciting outside of social or political issues, especially in the basic sense. Lots of scientists feel like they don't have to think about any kit of political questions. Many of the arguments against trans rights center on the idea that transness itself is not legitimate and that there are just two sexes, period. You describe this idea as sex essentialism. Can you explain that term and talk about how it spaces the debate? Okay, Simon's sons say essentialism is the idea that you can take any phenomenon that is complex and distill it down to a particular set of traits. In the case of sex essentialism, the idea is that you can sufficiently describe sex by few particular characteristics. In this debate, it's used to be chromosomes. Chromos- chromosomes. Now it's chromatid egg and sperm cells. The target is always moving because if you want to make something binary, then you need to find the most binary characteristics. Today, sex essentialism boils out of sex down to the gametes that a person produces. Then you draw line from gametes to all of these other characteristics to sex roles. Often the personality of an entire individual. But biology is just not the sample. The sex essentialism perspective is completely wrong about the biology of how sex characteristics arise. What is the error at the center of sex essentialism and this atom at simple binary definitions of sex. Simon say the error is simply that the gametes are a determining factor of sex, that once you know what gametes a person produces, that their sex and nothing about it can change. But biology is a dynamic system where our organism starts in a particular stage and grows through life and through development with multiple system in interesting. That is more precisely how sex works. Sex existentialism boils then down to one's immutable characteristic to preclude trances as a biological phenomenon. If you start with a model of sex that is binary, you will always produce binary result. And if you insist that it is true, then it is the only answer that you get. Florence Ashley say, there are some things to be said about the rhetorical trick here. The people who ask eight ideas about biological sex against trans people are freed up appealing to the idea of biology as descriptions of difference. But then they do a jump and use that conceptions of biology as a forms of meaning. The thing is we organize society around meaning, not difference. Biology is it is at its core cannot tell you one's matter to human organizations. So there is a fallacy here of looking at the human difference at the biological levels, oversampling it, and the saying that what we thought organized people around, we thought really be asking what we care about, and they look to see if biology has anything to say about it. You could track the exercise, then you realize the biology really has very little, if not virtually nothing, to say about things like trans rates. Yeah, as the term epistemological violence to describe how people can apply ostensibly natural scientific ideas in harmful ways. Can you explain the concept? Uh, Florence Ashley say epistemological violence occurs when research or somebody else interprets empirical result in a way that develops pathologies or harm a marginalized group. Even though there are equality good or better explanations for the same data, since is always underdetermined. A uh, technical term that basically means there are always multiple possible ways to interpret a set of data. That's where a lot of misinformations and oversimplifications comes from. In that gap, that left, the idea in epistemological violence is then it is wrong to interpret data in a way that punches down or marginalize people without trying to interpret to the data in a way that compatible with the inclusions and well-being. It is that an equality interpretations without be careful picking the data to support prejudice and base points. Okay, you have written about three broad misinformation techniques in the trans debate: oversampling scientific knowledge, repeating and misinterpreting research, and then promoting false equivalences are the some techniques that have been used in science-based argument about race and other human traits. Simon Sands say, absolutely. Even in climate change, uh, perhaps the most silent example is race science. There are an ample history of facts about the sense of radical difference. And how can we describe the term in biblical way? The kind of research has been as used in the past and still is to some extent today. To bolster racist argument, it's an oversimplification to say that one population's exhibits lower average IQ than another populations. That are just biology, but there are also social advancement and social economic status and other factors that come into play. Here are Huck's questions. How do you help the general scale public recognize legitimate information from BS? Florency Astley says, we need to get out of the idea that correcting misinformation is itself which confronts people. But as you have applied to people emotions, once you have applied to people value and desire to be on your side, then correcting misinformations can be their common commitment to equally sustainable. And to another gap, which is people who don't really have an opinions. If you already don't have an opinions on the topic, then being exposed to actually scientifically current information can be very helpful. That's often what we see in courts where evangelical will appointed by Donald Trump with something rule in favor of trans rights when they present with information and they don't have much preconceptions preconceptions. They realize, oh, there's so much evidence in for of trans right. We have got to do something about that. That's possible because we are talking about people who did not have strong political attachment yet. Okay, so how can we help the general public identify the falsehoods? Okay, Francis Ashley say there's no foolproof way. There is so much noise and misinformation that it's just hard to know even the most basic of fact. And because the problem of epidemiological violence, it is not only difficult to find what the science say in terms of data. It is difficult to interpret it on your own. We need journalists to do better jobs and probe some of the basic of what people are saying. They they are legitimating a lot of anti-trans voice without really questioning the basis of their opinions. Notably, Aaron's claims that youth are being fast-tracked through medical transitions. There's the other implied claim that if we take it slower, it is going to prevent potential regrets. We just published a review article especially sexual of sexual orientations and gender diversity where we went 3. No empirical of or theoretical basis for that claims. The New York Times has been particularly bad offender in that regard for individuals trying to get information from a trans persons who actually know this issue. Okay, what about ordinary people who want to help but don't know where to start? What can they do? For instance, as Lee say, storms misinformation and hate when you see it crop up around you. And oftentimes we don't like confrontations, so we just let misinformation go. We need people to start speaking up whenever it comes up and be loud. We are in ecosystems where the anti-trans voices are trying to portray themselves and speaking for a silent majority. We need people to be loud enough to counter any impressions of a silent majority. You can also help trans people materially, give them jobs, help them get higher housing, help them pay for transitions related medical care. Set your power with trans people, giving the opportunities to write, opportunities to share with audience, and opportunities to have a say in policy making, and then share your skill. This is Q&A is part of a series of Open AZ podcast and video support by generous grant for the Polluted Centers Thought Decay Initiative. Okay, this story original appears on Open Mind, a digital magazine talking things, controversies, and deceptions. Okay, thank you for coming into my section video. This is my reading for challenge 7 day doing readings English. Okay, thank you for coming. See you again. Bye. Okay, what about ordinary people who want to help but don't know where to start? What can they do? For instance, as Lee say, storms misinformation and hate when you see it crop up around you. And oftentimes we don't like confrontations, so we just let misinformation go. We need people to start speaking up whenever it comes up and be loud. We are in ecosystems where the anti-trans voices are trying to portray themselves and speaking for a silent majority. We need people to be loud enough to counter any impressions of a silent majority. You can also help trans people materially, give them jobs, help them get higher housing, help them pay for transitions related medical care. Set your power with trans people, giving the opportunities to write, opportunities to share with audience, and opportunities to have a say in policy making, and then share your skill. This is Q&A is part of a series of Open AZ podcast and video support by generous grant for the Polluted Centers Thought Decay Initiative. Okay, this story original appears on Open Minds, digital magazine talking things, controversies and deceptions. Okay, thank you for coming into my section video. This is my reading for challenge 7 day doing readings English. Okay, thank you for coming. See you again. Bye.